SBR Videos is sponsored by Sports Cash System. Click on the link below for more information.
The EuroFootball Weekly, I'm your host Natalie Rydström. Joining me now is Barrie from PremiershipTips.com, and we're going to be previewing some of the biggest matchups from European football this week. Barrie, welcome back to the show.
Glad to be here, Natalie.
Now, you gave us some great picks last week. You're from PremiershipTips.com. Tell us about Premiership Tips, please.
Premiership Tips focuses solely on the English Premier League. We watch every single highlight show and all the live matches possible. And yeah, we give 3 or 4 tips each week on the games, and we have a pretty good record.
Okay, Barrie, well, let's see what you've got for us today. The final Premier League match I'd like us to preview is Arsenal versus Stoke, playing on Sunday at the Emirates Stadium. Let's start with the Gunners. They're a great, solid team. They finished 4th last year with 73 points, and they're currently sat just below top spot with 9 points. They've won 3 out of the 4 Premier League matches, only losing their first match to Aston Villa, 3-1 at home, which was a bit of a surprise there. And they've turned it around. They've won their last 5 matches in a row, and they'll be playing Olympique de Marseille today in the Champions League group matches. They're favourites to win this match, priced at 1.36 with Bet365. So Barrie, would you take this bet? And if so, you're going to have to bet big, right, to see a return here?
You're right, you're going to have to bet big if you want to see a return. I think those odds are far too short to back an Arsenal side that have been playing away from home midweek.
Okay, well, let's take a look at the underdog Stoke. They finished 13th last year with 41 points, and they haven't won a match to Arsenal since 2011. They're in 7th place right now, having won 2 matches, drawn 1 and lost the other. So considering Arsenal are competing in a midweek Champions League match, a little fatigue maybe, does Stoke's odd look tempting at a juicy 9.5 with Will Hill?
It does look a little tempting, to be honest. However, Stoke's 2 victories, one was 2-1 against Crystal Palace, and the other was a little lucky win against West Ham with a late free kick. They keep all their matches quite tight. Either side could potentially nick this one, but to be honest, I want to go for the unders in this one.
Okay, what sort of a game should we expect here?
Stoke to be very defensive and probably very aggressive, as they always are, and Arsenal will probably struggle to break them down for a while. So I'm looking for Arsenal to maintain a lot of the possession and eventually probably break Stoke down and get a 1 or 2-0 victory.
Okay, so based on that, Barrie, what's your pick for us today?
I've got to go with the unders in this one. As I say, Stoke's matches have all been close. Only one of them's gone over 2.5 goals. They're going to set out to play for the 0-0, I would imagine, and maybe try and nick one on the counter-attack. And Arsenal will be a little bit tired from midweek. So, yeah, under 2.5 goals, which is at 2.2, which I think is a decent price.
Wonderful. If you like Barrie's picks, do make sure to follow him on Twitter at Barrie's View. Barrie, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week, Natalie.